You're watching Pitch to Production, the show where we take a random idea and turn it into a film, all within a month. Now, without further ado, lights, camera, action. Hey, how's it going? Back at it again with a new month, new haircut, new movie. So, my name is Mayor, host of Pitch to Production, the show where we make a film from pitch to production. We actually expand upon ideas of a draft and then make it into a final product. And now, we're 1 for 2. The first one was a horror with an auntie, didn't really work out. We forgot as far as the script. The second one, I want you guys to watch it if you haven't yet. The Romance in the Library, Dog Ear, is out now. So now we're going to have our third film for March. And March is a luck of month. It's a luck of, I guess it's leprechauns and drinking, but we're not going to be drinking and there's no leprechauns in the studio yet. So we're just going to be playing with luck. And with me playing with luck is my special guest. Can I see him, please? Okay, so can you tell us who you are?
I can tell you who I am, but I can tell you who I'm not, though, as well, too.
Who are you not? I want to hear that. That's the pressing question.
Yeah, shit, I don't got anything.
Dang. You gotta censor that now.
Hello, welcome to Pitch Production. My name is Joshua Martin. I'm a artist. I'll just leave it as that.
Do you have a show as well?
Yeah, I got a show called The Hangout, where you can come and hang out and we'll talk about different concepts.
All right, cool. Now, speaking on talking about concepts, we're going to be making a concept, a pitch for a film. And today, since we're playing with luck, we're actually going to be playing with these handy dandy dice. Well, actually, I can hold them up. If you have the shot. Yeah, we're playing with dice. So we have 3 dice we're going to use for, again, tone, gimmick, and genre. So my guest here, Josh, is going to be rolling 2 dice, and I'm going to be rolling 1, since I'm giving my guest the courtesy. So, without further ado, let's see that randomizer, please. I'm telling you to switch a lot of shots. You got to be on your point. You got it, though. You got it. I see you out there working. So let me see that randomizer. All right. So here we got our March randomizer, our handy-dandy randomizer. And we see we have genre, D12. D12 means 12-sided die, tone, 8-sided die, and gimmick, 10-sided die. So, Josh, you're going to be having...
Can I not do the genre one?
You don't want to do genre?
No.
Okay, so you got, this is a D8, it looks like a diamond. And then D10 is the purple one.
Okay.
So I'm...
Go in order?
Yeah, so we'll do genre first, which is me, and then my guess is the 2 dice. So, let's see those dice, and I'm going to be rolling. Guys, you can stomp your feet if you want to. Let's see what we get. Hopefully, I don't get like a hard one. Sci-fi is gonna be hard. Let's see what we get. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got a 7. Hey, check that out. That focus though. So we got a 7. Let's see. Okay, so let's not see it yet. We're gonna see what it is after. So remember, genre is 7. Let's see what the next one is. Tone. Uh-oh. Ooh, roll that again.
I gotta roll it again?
Uh-huh. Dang, man. Roll it again. Hold on, I'll be border. Okay. This isn't gonna, hold on. You got it. You got a 7. We got a 7 again. Check that out. Okay, so that's 7 for tone. Let's see what we get for, dude. Okay, so 7 is, March is the month of luck, right? We got all 7s. That's like some slot machine stuff right there. We got all 7s. So let's see what the randomizer says. So 7, okay, we got crime. So we're gonna write about a crime. We got intimate. So intimate doesn't mean romantic. Intimate just means like, close-up shots is a more human story. So you want to have some more close-ups of the eyes and stuff like that. And 7 is a period piece. So this could like be a Bonnie and Clyde story pretty much, which is pretty exciting. So I'll write that down now. Crime, intimate, and period piece. I've never done a crime, have you?
No.
Okay, this is going to be exciting. So, this is going to be hard, right? Yeah. So, how are we going to do this?
I don't know.
So, let's get that music now, and we're going to have 20 minutes to 25 minutes to come up with a pitch that will advertise the film and give you guys an interest to watch it. So, you ready to do this? Okay.
I think so.
3, 2, 1. Let's make a pitch. Okay. So crime, period piece. So I guess we should start with the period piece. Where do you want to start? Like mafia is like easy to do.
That's what I was thinking. Have you ever seen a show called Peaky Blinders?
I haven't. What's it about?
I have no idea.
What?
No, I just know it's a mob film as well too, and it's taking place in, it looks like 1930s, 1940s Birmingham, not Birmingham. It's in England or London. It's like a very shady town kind of thing, but it's definitely a period piece.
Okay, cool. So 1980s, you said?
1930s.
30s. Dang, I read that wrong. I have dyslexia in my brain, I guess. 1930s. So that's interesting. Yeah, I mentioned Bonnie and Clyde, so we don't have to do Bonnie and Clyde, but it's along that time zone or
Yeah.
time area. So yeah, so Peaky Blinders, I can watch that for inspiration. It's good to have inspiration for your films so that it can be inspired. When somebody says something is uninspired, it means that you clearly just put like, you know, what you thought was cool, but it doesn't have a strong foundation. That's why we say this is inspired. It has a strong foundation. It has clear inspirations. And uninspired, it's weak, and it's clearly just like it suits you, and that's it.
Peaky Blinders after World War One. Oh, you want to be a good one?
What?
We can do it after the prohibition.
Prohibition era, like the alcohol
Yeah.
ban?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Prohibition, that's our time periods. Yeah, ban. So crime. So can the crime be then if we were doing prohibition that he drinks alcohol? It's like, or they drink alcohol, that's the crime?
No, it could be taking place in this one shop, quote unquote. And the shop is, we gotta think, what's
30s-ish. Prohibition was the 1800s, I believe.
No,
Yeah, look it up.
it was in 1910s.
I think it's like late 1800s.
When did prohibition?
$5 if I'm right.
Thank you very much.
What was it?
1920.
1920?
Yes.
Seriously? Like
Yes.
in the Roaring 20s, they banned alcohol. That's a bad investment.
That's what I'm saying. So we can have this quote unquote shop be like an antique jewelry shop or
Okay.
something like that, and they sell liquor in the back.
selling liquor.
Liquor.
Okay, liqueur. So we don't have to worry about like costuming and stuff. That's going to be important for a period piece. But right now, what we want to establish is the plot. We don't even have to establish the characters yet. We just have to have like a body there for the story to revolve around, or multiple bodies. So let's say, because I do like the idea of it taking an antique jewelry shop. That is feasible for me to do. And their thing is selling liquor. So that's another, like, it adds depth to the story. Why is it a crime? Selling liquor back then was a crime. Like, I had to do my research about it, but it's true. So yeah. So then, what are our characters looking like? They're probably the ones committing the crimes. This is crime genre, right? So should we do? I'm leaning towards doing like a group of people are in on the crime.
Yeah. No,
people?
if you want to be, I mean, not historically accurate, but if you want to be kind of accurate, we could have this nice, sweet ladies working the front of the counter, but in the back, it's just a bunch of, mob people. Because I was watching Sopranos, and they bought this bar for one of the girlfriends, and she runs it, and it's a legit bar. It's a legit everything. They have musical guests that come on and play and everything. But he runs his meetings in that bar in the back of the office, because they found out some new locations where he's been doing meetings, so he wants to change things up here and there. Now he's running it in this special bar.
Okay.
I don't know how that helps.
It kind of does with like ideas for what the set would look like. So from that, we know that I need a front area and then a visible back door so that the audience knows that there's something behind that door. So that helps with location scouting. Let's see. So Sweet Lady's in the front. Plus, I always wanted to shoot in a bar. So this is kind of like perfect. Let's see. So Sweet Lady's in front. Okay, so then they're clearly selling liquor. Why are they selling liquor? To make money. It's if there's a high demand but a low supply, then they're going to be the ones to provide that supply. They're making money for real. So it's an intimate means, it doesn't mean like, again, I explained, like, it doesn't mean like romantic, but it does mean like you have moments where you're just like looking at a character reflecting on something. Like it is a very human side. So we have to have a human characteristic to these characters. So maybe they do sell the alcohol for money, but why do they need the money, right? Let's say maybe like somebody is sick. In the 20s, there was polio going around. Maybe somebody was sick and they're trying to raise money to find the right doctors. Maybe they had a business in alcohol and then the ban of alcohol ruined their family. So they're trying to, actually, if we do it in a bar during the Prohibition, that wouldn't make much sense, would it?
No, it's not a bar.
It's not a bar?
No, it's remember it's the antique jewelry store.
Oh, sorry.
And in the
Already
back,
forgot,
they're creating the liquor.
I got sidetracked.
But I mean, going back to The Sopranos, you can do it's like a family business, family run business, and they're running low on money. They're not selling enough jewelry, enough whatever their actual store is, so they started selling liquor on the side. And one of the younger cousins or younger siblings, they have this aspiration to be an artist or an author during this time, but they're stuck in this family business. And now he's stuck doing illegal work with his family.
Okay,
So that could be the intimate pieces focused on him wanting to come and do something else, but he's trapped here in this family business of illegal activities.
Okay, so if we do that, then we lose the edge of following actual criminals and watching them do stuff like this in the 1920s. Instead, we're having like an underdog story, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's still crime because you can have at the end that the whole place gets busted and they raid everything, and then they go into the houses and they raid these houses, see if there's more alcohol in their actual homes. And I don't know.
Let's see. Let's piggyback on that. So, I don't know if I'm gonna just say it blatantly. I don't know if I really vibe with it being an underdog story.
Okay.
But I can see where you're coming from for sure. It adds depth to a character and it's an intimate idea. But I feel like it's been done again in The Sopranos. Like it's inspired for sure. We could play off of that, but I don't know if that's where I want to go trajectory-wise.
That's fine. I'm not good with crime.
Crime, right? You want? What did you want?
Honestly, horror.
Horror?
Horror or comedy.
Yeah. Just because it's crime doesn't mean there can't be comedic elements. So maybe there's like a sense of irony to it too. Like instead of maybe it's like this dude, they're selling alcohol in the back, but the main character is like, this is bad alcohol, I can make better. Maybe it's like that.
About what?
Like it's like they have a family business and then they're selling just bad alcohol, cheap alcohol, the alcohol they can find. And this guy's like, this is bad alcohol, I can definitely make better. And it follows that. What do you feel?
It's Breaking Bad.
Oh, it's Breaking Bad, but there's no censored. We can't say. I don't know if we can say that what he makes, but you know what he makes. But yeah, what do you feel about that idea? You want to add to it or take away from it?
I think we should get away from the prohibition thing then.
Okay, then if we get away from prohibition, then we can go back to the 30s and during the Great Depression. That would definitely be some inspiration for crime.
Crime. We
Crime,
can make
right?
it. We can make it a social justice piece.
I think I know where you're coming from. Let me think. We could do a social justice piece. Like we could do like, you know.
It's the 1930s and it's the Great Depression, but we have this middle class white family who, even during the roughest times in America, they have still a decent life, and they're fighting for not bread, but they're fighting for I don't know, just a nice meal instead of just having a cold cut sandwich or something like that. And then we keep cutting back and forth, and then at the end they meet up together, the crime, or we go back to this other family where it's a low income family, immigrant family, and we keep going back and forth showing them, and then the crime situation is they have to, it's this thing, would you arrest someone that steals a can of soup for their family kind of thing. So they go and arrest, like steal something from this middle class family
The thing
just to survive.
The thing with that is, well, It is a crime. It's a crime. It's more historical than a
During
crime,
time period.
but it is a time period piece. The intimate part would probably be like him reflecting on if she should steal or not, so I could see that, or if they should steal. Let me see if I buy with the story. Yeah, I like the idea of like stealing during the 30s when you have nothing else. We can definitely reflect that through costumes and stuff. So yeah, let me see. Let me write it down. Stealing during the Great Depression. So because it's a crime, this is very much like film students have to watch this. It's called Bicycle Thieves. It's like a story where they're in post World War II, and the dad of an Italian family has to make money for the family, but there are no jobs in like, you know, that time period. So he finally finds one as a magazine delivery boy, and somebody steals his bike. So the whole movie is him trying to find the bike, and in the end, he tries to steal it. So that was a long tangent to say, it's like, you know, you have nothing, and then you try to steal something, and maybe you get caught, maybe you don't. And I can see how that can be intimate with like the decision making. I can see how it'd be a crime, but to be honest, I kind of want more crime for my crime, right? So let's say he steals for his family, and then it's intimate where he's deciding it, and then he keeps stealing. And that's why we get the crime. He keeps stealing, and it keeps going. You see what I mean?
Does he get this high, or he just has to do it?
That's a good question. With the intimacy part, then I feel like if we want to answer the intimacy, then he probably has to do it. You see what I mean?
Okay.
Well, it could be intimate in the sense that like he's getting this high, and we see this like this very personal part of this person's heart, that he's just a kleptomaniac, right? We could do that. Let's see. So stealing to better himself and his family, if we need to put family in there, because we get the cast family too. That's the thing. Bettering himself, and then I can already see a 3-act story. He starts with nothing. He learns to steal. He accepts stealing, and then he falls back down when he either gets caught or he just like, you know, he decides to not steal anymore. I think getting caught is more interesting, but
would the family approve of it?
That's also a good question, because I can definitely see why a family would approve, and of course why they wouldn't approve of stealing.
Well, it's not even that. Would they know about it too?
I kind of want them to know. To see like their reaction, so it's not just like a one-sided story.
Okay. I thought it would be maybe he comes home with all these new extravagant things, and the parents are so happy because he goes and tells them, "Yeah, I got a job, and I was finally able to get a job and provide for you guys." But he doesn't have a job. He's just going out and stealing these things. So he's kind of like lying to his family to make him feel better and feel happy.
Maybe he
about
does
the things
lie.
that he does.
Maybe he does lie, and they just know off rip that he's lying. Maybe he has like the character has a tell or something that we establish, and then the family already knows where they perpetuate the lie.
You can have a thing where in the beginning, quote unquote, like, "Oh, did you do your laundry?" And he like scratches his cheek or something. Like, "Yeah, I did that." And he goes, "I know you're lying because you're scratching your cheek," or something.
Yeah, definitely. Character has a tell. Character steals to provide for his family, and lies that he hasn't stolen. Family immediately knows. Okay, so then we have that, and then we can also get more intimate shots of like the family reacting, and just like they know that their dad is stealing, but they don't want to make their dad feel bad, and at the same time they know that if he steals, it betters them. So there's two things going on, and I do like that development. How do you feel?
I like it too.
Cool. Okay, well with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Since we have the idea for the act structure and the characters involved, next we're going to make a log line, which is basically an advertisement to watch this film. We'll explain what that is, or I'll explain what that is later. But until then, stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are.
We
We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. Whether you enjoy watching in the mornings or afternoons, you can now watch with your favorite merchandise. Choose from the Brooklyn Cafe t-shirts, ranging from sizes small to 3XL. Colors available include black, dark heather, and navy. Feeling chilly? Just check out our latest hoodie with over 9 colors to choose from. Sip on some Brooklyn Cafe coffee with Dawn and Freddie in a matching mug as seen on set. Brooklyn hats and special seasonal items are always popping up and available upon request. To purchase, you can visit our online store at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy shopping!
Hope you grabbed some popcorn. Pitch to Production comes back in 5, 4, 3. And we're back. Thanks, Abraham. We're back. So last we left off, we made a 3-act structure or a 3-act idea of how this crime story is going to go. To recap what the themes are, it's crime, intimate, and period piece. And we decided to inspire off the 30s during the Great Depression, and the crime is stealing. So now we're going to figure out how we're going to do a log line. Now, a log line is basically a 2-sentence, it's not a synopsis to the story, but it's a 2-sentence advertisement for a movie. So let's take Avatar, for example. Avatar: The Blue People, not The Last Airbender. Their log line could be man from Earth travels to Pandora or a foreign planet and meets an intricate alien species. Now the man of Earth by himself has to save that alien species from his own people. You know what I mean? Like, basically, it kind of describes the film, but it also grabs you to watch the film. That was a choppy log line, I'll say that, but, you know, what can you do? We're making one now. So, now, are you comfortable with the log line is?
Yeah.
Cool. So now, how are we going to advertise this to people? How would we get them to watch this film? I already think that we could start with the angle of the Great Depression, and it's the Great Depression, and families no longer have supplies or resources to survive. And then do we decide on who's going to steal? Who's the one in the family? Let's say it's like a mom, a dad, and kids, right? Let's say it's a nuclear family. We decided on who's going to steal? I think... Go for it.
Is it going to be a nuclear family, or is it going to be a single mother household?
Single mother would probably make more sense, yeah. Let's do single mother household. And yeah, I'm leaning towards like the mom stealing, because I think it's just more intimate that your mom is stealing for you. You know that she's stealing, but you also know that she's providing for you. What do you feel?
How are we going to get the concept of the mom to start that process of stealing?
It could be like, let's say she goes
she has to have a job or something, but like a very, very low job or something.
Okay, so it's the 1930s. Back then, like, it was a privilege to be a typewriter. So probably not that. Maybe she's like
she can be just like a secretary, not a secretary, but what's the front office, receptionist?
A factory worker? I don't know if they had factory workers that were women in the 30s. I'm not sure.
No, it was in the 1940s when they went to World War II, when they went away. But that USA didn't enter World War II since 1942.
So what was popping in the 30s besides alcohol? Well, actually, it wasn't popping. It was the prohibition
Jobs
still.
for women.
Yeah, let's do some research for that. So jobs for women in the 1930s, and then
clerical workers, teachers. Oh, nurse.
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 So what would she steal though? Like syringes. That's the.
What would she steal?
And she's like selling medicine.
Ooh!
She's a drug dealer.
No, her son is sick.
Oh yeah, that's lit. So like instead of things to sell, yeah, what if she is a nurse and her son is sick and it's like, okay, you need your ibuprofen or whatever they had. They probably just popped off of penicillin. So yeah, she's a medic. She's a yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure if cancer was like a big thing, but I know polio was a big thing back then. So maybe we got some polio medicine. So she's a medic or clerical nurse. Clerical nurse stealing. Does she only have one kid or a couple? I'm leaning towards. It's easier to cast if it's just one, but yeah, easier to cast if it's just one kid. Clerical nurse. She's a cleric. Oh, that's clerical. That's not right. Clerical nurse. She's a clerical nurse stealing medicine for her kid. I'm going to put polio in like question marks because if there's another disease that we can use, then yeah, for her kid. 1930s. So yeah, polio. So we got occupation, setting, time, and characters. That's pretty strong for like a 15 to 20 minute interaction. So now we got to make the log line. So log line, and this is how we're going to close the show. We're going to see if this works. So we got around 4 minutes to make a log line. So I'm going to start it off and you can see if you like it or not, but the goal is to get a solid one. Tuberculosis was a good one too, yeah. Syphilis, okay. Yeah. Tuberculosis.
The researchers analyzed age-specific mortality rates and rates due to 6 causes of death that composed about 2/3 of total mortality in 1930s. Cardiovascular and renal diseases, cancer, influenza and pneumonia, tuberculosis, motor vehicle traffic injuries, and suicide.
Motor vehicle traffic injury, okay. Yeah, because Great Depression, suicide. Yeah, that makes sense. Motor vehicle accidents. All right. So, log line. Maybe not. It's just feels informal to me. During the Great Depression.
There was a plague that caused the pandemic from 1929 to 1930.
Was that the Spanish flu?
No, it's a psittacosic pandemic, also known as the psittacosic outbreak.
How do you spell psittacosic?
Psittacosis.
Okay, cool. Psittacosic pandemic. Okay, so log line would be like during.
Yeah.
During the Great Depression.
Accelerated by the breeding and transportation of birds in crowded containers.
A mother tries to help her sick son. No.
It's called parrot fever, and we can call the title Parrot Fever.
That's pretty tough. Parrot fever?
Yeah.
Or like parent fever?
Parrot
Parrots?
fever.
Okay.
It says, what's it?
Birds, right?
Yeah.
There's bird flu back then. There was that was a popular thing, right?
I think that's what it is. Psittacosis, also known as parrot fever, accelerated by breeding and transportation of birds in crowded containers for the purpose of trade.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Baxton has a bird. We can use that in the.
That's a good idea.
They have
Yeah.
a pet bird.
Okay, so we got 1 minute. Let's make this log line real quick. So, during the Great Depression, a mother tries to help her ailing son. No. A mother, and her, a single mother and her ailing son. Because I want to say the family thing, not the nurse thing. And her ailing son have to survive through the parrot. I'm down to do parrot fever pandemic. She, with no other choice, she steals the only thing that can save him. How do you feel about that? Steals the only thing that can save.
Yeah.
What do you got?
On the verge, not I want to say on the verge of death, but
On the
with the last breath the son has, she has to steal medicine to.
Okay. With no other choice. Yeah, we can always workshop the log line, but here's what we got. During the Great Depression, a single mother and her ailing son have to survive through the parrot fever pandemic. With no other choice, and the last of his breath, she steals the only thing that can save him. That's good? How do you feel about that? Solid? You sure can?
I mean, it sounds good to me. I mean, it makes things much easier.
Yeah.
Because all we need is a house, and
parrot.
then we got Baxton's parrot. I was thinking of an opening title shot is there's like a truck driving along, and in the back there's birds in it, and off comes the truck is just
But the thing
cages
is that
of birds.
if I want to shoot that, then that's a lot of money.
I know.
But we can talk about that next in the scripting episode. So make sure you tune in next Thursday at 3 o'clock. And I'll see you there talking about parrot fever, scripting, and a lot of stuff. So yeah, pull up, tune in, and I'll see you soon. And before we end, always like to say, and that's a wrap. And we're out. You've been watching Pitch to Production. Join in next week as we keep the ball rolling and the ideas flowing.